y'all doing tonight? Come on in the building. Let's chat about it. We still on this Black History. We ain't got but a month, and almost half of it is gone. So we got to get it in while we can. But over here, we might talk about it as long as we want to. Okay? We might throw it in once a week if we want to. We can do it like that if we want to. So I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get in. And then I want to clear up some things. A question was asked to me, what was the difference between Creole and Cajuns? And that was Miss Stagisty wanted to know that. And then some guy came in and he questioned me about there were no medals. And I was thinking when he said that, you know there were metal, but you don't know what kind of metal. So just leave that alone until you go research it and you come back and then we can talk about it. What's up, mister? How you doing, home girl? So anyway, let me clear up first of all the difference between, there you are, Tajista. You asked me the difference between a Creole and a Cajun. So I went and looked it up while I was riding on the bus today. And the Creoles are black, the Cajuns are white. That's the big difference right there. Uh, the Creoles are out of New Orleans, okay? And the Cajuns are white and they populate the world's rural and country areas of southwest Louisiana. But I also found this information. All Cajuns are Creoles, but all Creoles are not Cajun, but have both Acadian exiles. There it is. The guy who came in, and I was talking about the artifacts of the Washita Indians, and they had metal in the museum. I knew what I was talking about because I've been to the museum. Massou is the name of the museum in Monroe, Louisiana, in my hometown. So when I went back to look it up, I was a big history buff too, but you know, when you live a long time, you forget more than you have learned in life. You really do. You start forgetting stuff that you don't have to deal with every day, or you don't have to keep in your memory. You trying to remember the things you gotta remember, in other words. So that was a metal age. If y'all think back in your history, it was in prehistoric times. So metals have been around for a long, long time. Gold, silver, tin, and lead were prehistoric metals in prehistoric times. Copper was the first metal. So hopefully he'll see this chat or he'll come back in and hopefully he'll do his research on it. Because when he said it, I was like, you're not right. But I hate to call people out in the chat and tell them, you're not right. No, I don't like to do that. But that clears up last night. So now we can move on to, well, I'm just dropping everything here. Hold on. I'm getting back with you. I'm going to get back with you. Hold your little horses there. Okay? Let me get back to, because I sit down and I thought about, I said, we ain't never talked about a lot of musicians over here. I know we did Whitney, but how did Whitney even come about? That's what we needed to talk about. Let me get into the chat for a minute. Okay. Hey, Elaine. Look at Elaine caught alive. I can't believe it. You go, Elaine. Queen, I didn't ask that question. I was trying to tell you that yesterday, not sure who did. Oh, so you got a clone page to Jisty? Because it came up under your name. I don't know. But anyway, I just answered it. I'm sorry if it wasn't you. Who's the moderator tonight? I can't even see it. I have to wait till somebody else come in. So let's get into this Chitlin Circuit, okay? So you know the word is actually Chittlin, L-I-N-G. Chillin-G. Okay? Chittlin. But we cut it short. We do a lot of ebonics in the black race. You know how we do it. So we cut it short and we call it Chitlin. And that's what they called it, coming out of slavery. Chillin. Okay? So that's what we're going to call it tonight, what they called it. So does anybody even know what the Chitlin Circuit was? First of all, before we jump off into it, I'm going to tell you about it and who was involved in the different eras of it, when it came about. We're going to get deep off into it tonight, okay? I'm trying to see who's the moderator so I can thank her for coming in. I did notice YouTube be mixing up names with comments on your side. Isn't that something? Lately, so much been going on with all the trolls in the chats, and I'm not the only one. There are other content creators who are out here who have been complaining about it as well. Chef Mac is in the building tonight. I appreciate you coming in. That combo kid, baby, ain't it past your bedtime? Bye. It must be past yours since you got a kid. Try to delete them, Chef Mac, because I'm gonna get into the commentary, and that way I don't have to fool with them. Hey, Coffee No Cream. Hello, hello, hello. So we still on Black History, Coffee No Cream. I deemed it necessary that it's only a month. This happens to be a leap year, so we got one day more. It's 29 days in this month. So tonight I thought I'd bring out the Chitlin Circuit. Nobody has told me they know what the Chitlin Circuit is, so let me tell you all about it. The Chitlin Circuit was a collection of performance venues, any place white people didn't go to see Black people perform, located throughout the eastern, southern, and upper Midwest areas of the United States. It was a network of Black African American audiences, and they booked their venues in different parts of the eastern section of the United States, the southern section, and the upper Midwest. Black African American audiences booked Black performances during the Jim Crow segregation from the early 20th century through the 1960s. Black-owned nightclubs, dance halls, juke joints, and theaters in the South are on the East Coast and parts of the Midwest. So now you know that it was because of segregation is how the musicians got together on the Chitlin Circuit. And I'm going to tell you more about it as we go along. It supported blues, jazz, rock, and soul legends in the 40s and 50s that you may have heard of, such as Billie Holiday, B.B. King, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Ray Charles, and James Brown. Okay? All right. So the chitlins, it came from the word chitlin. Chitlin is from the pig that grows into the hog. He has to be a pig first, and then he grows into a hog. You love the 60s song? Okay. May Baby, 1959. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Etta James. She was in it too. Yes, she was. Okay. So chitlins were the unwanted offcuts of pig or hog guts or intestines. Commonly, they are the large intestines. When you buy them in the store or you go to a farm and you buy them from a butchered hog, you are actually eating the large intestines. When slavery owners commonly fed their enslaved workers as cheaply as possible, this is one of the cut of meats that they got. Neck bones, backbones. They wanted the choice cuts of meat. Okay. Seth says, guys, tell me why I got put in time out for asking a question. I'm not sure. I only had one moderator, Seth. Don't feel bad. You back in here. She can't block anyway. So you weren't blocked. You were timed out. Okay. Um, that's my explanation for it. But glad you made it back in. Okay. All right. So anyway, the Chitlin Circuit provided employment for hundreds of black musicians. Um, from Denver and to San Francisco. There were two black siblings that actually started this Chitlin Circuit. Two African American siblings based out of Indianapolis, Indiana, formed the Ferguson Brothers Agency, whose national network of venues directly booked performances. This was the origin of the Chitlin Circuit. So that's how it started, when these two brothers got together out of Indianapolis and formed the Chitlin Circuit. While the name may sound strange, the Chitlin Circuit was responsible for the development of numerous distinct musical genres throughout the United States, such as blues and rock and roll in the 20th century. Let me get into the chat. I don't want to miss any comments. Misty says, everyone hit that like button. She wants you to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Hey, Shatika, how you doing? Blessings to you. We're talking about the Chitlin Circuit tonight in Black history and how they came about. So we actually going to talk about music, okay? We are not very far into it, so you haven't missed very much. Kings and Queens, hi, I'm from Indianapolis. Great. Then the Ferguson brothers were the ones who started the Chitlin Circuit out of Indianapolis. Okay, Slaughter Boy, you got to go. Thank you, Chef Mac. You're doing a great job. It's some sick people out here, obviously. Now, we over here talking about Black history tonight. We talking about the Chitlin Circuit, and they want to come in here and talk what they want to talk. Hi, Caitlin. How are you? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Caitlin Johnson. Okay. So while the name may sound a little strange, the Chitlin Circuit was responsible for the development of numerous distinct musical genres throughout the United States, again, such as rock and roll and blues. The word chitlin is probably a regional pronunciation, I'm going to say it like that, of the more proper word, which I've said before, which was chitlin. Oh, y'all better have y'all's fun tonight, because tomorrow night, Chef Mac going to be able to block you and we will never see you again. So have your fun tonight, okay? All music from present day music has derived from blues, ragtime, folk music, guitar masking, work songs, rock and roll, rock, jump blues, traditional pop, reggae, rhythm and blues, funk, hip hop, house music, new soul, lounge music, and SKA. Did you even know there was that many types of music out there? Because I certainly didn't. I had never heard of work song, guitar masking, jump blues. I guess that's it. I'd never heard of those before. In the 30s and 40s and 50s, the music remained much the same with blues and rock and roll in the 20th century. The blues began from Southern Black agricultural workers. Now, if you stop and you think about this, I made it sound very professional saying an agriculture worker, but it was actually slaves working in the fields that started singing. Okay? The earliest record of blues dates back to 1890s and the early 1900s. The Chitlin Circuit provided musicians of color with safe lodging and food and on-the-job training for young musicians who showed promise. So that was the whole purpose of having the Chitlin Circuit. Okay, you know about swing, huh? Shatika. Okay, all right. So I got some people in here who like music too. These venues were also the explosive incubator of some of the greatest blues and soul music ever played. In the 1930s, famed jazz pianists Edward Duke Ellington and William Count Basie popularized pure jazz through a big band style known as swing. You just said it, Shatika. Never heard of some of them. I had neither, Tajisti. Um, Let me see. Jazz began in New Orleans in the 1920s as a blending of blues and ragtime. Hey, Sandra McHenry, good evening, everyone. I'm in the building tonight, just checking in, showing love. Wow, I don't see anymore. That's the end of it. Okay. Bessie Smith, you may not have heard of her. I don't think I had heard of her either. She was born in 1894, passed on in 1937, but she was best known as the Empress of the Blues. She communicated the kind of onward energy and urgency in an inner stillness that often signals the telling of an absolute truth. Good afternoon. Was wondering what you thought of Chief Queeve in you. Okay, moving on. The topic tonight is the Chitlin Circuit. So don't come into my chat talking about anything else other than musicians or Chitlin Circuit because you will be timed out and tomorrow night you will be blocked. Coltrane, Giant Steps, Lena Horne. I've heard of Beth Smith. Okay, Shatika. Shatika's into this music thing. She was very popular in the 1930s. So let's talk about this swing era. The swing era was characterized by the offbeat music between 1935 and 1946. It was hot jazz to a smoother jazz sound. Later came Benjamin David Goodman. Never heard of him. Born in 1909 through 1986. So he's lived in my time. He was an American clarinetist and band leader known as the King of Swing. So we learned something there tonight. Did you know that, Shatika? Oh, your friend made chitlins tonight? Okay, is that what y'all having for Super Bowl, Sandra? Beth Smith was it years ago. Okay, so y'all do know about these people. Okay. Beth Smith was born in 1894 and passed on in 1937 and was very popular in the 30s. Going on, coffee, no cream. All righty then. So, nearly all blues music is played to a 4/4 time signature. Just all it's saying is 4 beats. Boop, 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 boop. That's it. If it had been a 3/3, it would have been 3 beats. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. 2 beats. Same thing. Swing, you had to be in good physical condition, yes. But I love that era of dancing and music. I wish so much we still had the nightclubs that they went to and could sit down and listen to a big band play again. I miss that. Even seeing it on TV. I don't even know why that went out because everybody dressed up and Everybody danced. I mean, they really danced back then. It was an art form. Now you just get up on the floor even by yourself. It don't matter if you're dancing with a boy or a girl. It people just doing stuff now. I don't even call it dancing. There's no art to it. Men throwing women up and around like extreme cardio. You had to be in shape. That's for sure, Shatika. Okay, so the Queen of Blues is Ruth Lee Jones, born in 1924. Her stage name was Dinah Washington. She began singing gospel music in Chicago and was later famous for her ability to sing and style any style of music with a brilliant sense of timing, drama, and perfect enunciation. That is one of the things that our choir director get on us all the time because we speak so colloquially about everything and we don't pronounce all the words properly. And when you singing, if you want people to understand what you're saying, you really need to enunciate. And she stays on us about that. How we form our words when we singing and how we pronounce them. Okay. Sandra, y'all are having a fish fry. Okay. So she just decided to cook chitlins. I don't care to eat or have chitlins around unless it's cold. Here today it was in the 70s. So I definitely wouldn't be fooling with chitlins today. Since I've gotten on blood pressure medicine, Sandra, I don't fool with chitlins anymore. As pork. And I've basically cut pork out of my diet. I eat it every now and then, but not a whole lot. Mm-mm. All right, back to the Chitlin Circuit. The most renowned blues singer in the world is B.B. King. Out of the three kings of blues, Albert King, B.B. King, and Freddie King, we'll pick one, and that one would be Riley, aka B.B. King. For one simple reason, he is truly the king of blues, and he gave us Lucille. Okay, that was his guitar name. Then I found a little information that Aretha Franklin is the best female singer in history. Okay, and she captured that before she passed on and before Whitney passed on. She has earned the title of the best female vocalist, and they have good reason for that. And she is also called the Queen of Soul. I found the worst singer who ever recorded in history, and her name was Florence Foster Jenkins. Born in 1868, passed on in 1944. She was an American socialite and adventure amateur soprano. Nearly, what's this? Oh, almost 80, 90 years later, she still holds that title. Apparently, Homegirl thought she could sing, but really couldn't. So you've heard of B.B. King, huh, Tajisti? My mom loved B.B. King. Yes, and Ray Charles. Every time they came to our small town, she had to go see them. Okay. Let's get on with it here. The first racially integrated band was the Goodman Band. It was a wood shell movement, sort of like Woodstock, I would say. Goodman returned to Carnegie Hall more than 24 times, his final concerts taking place on June 25th, 1982. So that's been within our lifetime. The father of big bands was an American pianist, band leader, arranger, and composer. Born in 1897, passed on in 1952, some 60 some years ago. His name was James Fletcher Hamilton Henderson. So he has three last names: Fletcher, Hamilton, Henderson. He was important in the development of the big band jazz and swing music. My grandmother used to date B.B. King. My sister Jackie have a picture of them. Oh, really? Okay. Tajissa says my soul just loves the original, authentic songs. Yes, those people back then played music. They weren't using a computer in a room making beats to a computer. They actually physically played instruments. And that's what I think I love best about music of days gone by. I love Georgia on my mind because I was born and raised there. Love B.B. King. Okay. And Shatika says she likes Duke Ellington. Staffy is in the building, which, okay. Can you play a song from, no, we can't play any music on here. Not at all. We get a strike. I mean, if it had been my choice, I would have come out here playing the songs from these people, but I can't do it. Melanie Martinez is one of your favorite singers. Okay. All right. Blues music started right outside of Cleveland at Dockery Farms. And the reason it started there is because the man who owned Dockery Farms, he was a plantation owner who had slaves. He would let them play music on the weekend. And he was one of a few plantation owners that would do that. So that is how the blues music became so refined, and it sprung up around the cotton gins. Jazz was born out of ragtime, which included improvisation. Bands tried to imitate the style, thus, jazz was born. They never could quite get it right, that ragtime music. So from there, that's where jazz was born. Chuck Berry is declared to have invented rock and roll. He put all of the essential pieces together. The 1, the 4, the 5 chords are essential in blues type of triad. It's in C major or in D minor. Okay, let's see. Misty is again telling everyone to hit the like button. Hello, Angel. How are you? Okay. Albert Nielsen was born in 1923 to 1992. Is one of the most influential and greatest guitarists of all time. The real black, he sure did, ma'am. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but you're agreeing with me. Hi, Lizzie. How are you doing? Lizzie has to go. Hello, Ebony. Love, young boy. Hi, and Cody. All of these people have been in here before, and they were timed out. They're children, and enjoy yourself tonight, because after tonight, you will no longer be here. I will get on the computer tomorrow and fix it where Chef Mac can block. Ma Rainey is the mother of blues and a professional blues singer, born in 1986. If you notice, most of these people were born in the 1800s and passed on early 1900s. She was born in Columbus, Georgia. She is in the National Museum of African History and Culture. So let me just sum it all up for you tonight. To sum it all up, we need to get our children more involved in the culture of music. Music has sustained us throughout our existence. It was a way to connect, to unite, to express ourselves and come together as one. It is relaxing, it is calming, and we can express our true feelings through songs. What you saying, Sandra? Sandra saying, good night, everyone. I'm going out for a minute. Much love. Okay, be safe out there, Sandra. All right. So that is my take on the Chitlin Circuit. Now you know where the Chitlin Circuit came from. It was started because of the Jim Crow era. The musicians who came along from the 30s through, I guess, the 60s, it was a safe haven for them to be able to perform. And so they did. Um, and what else? Um, many of the artists out there that I've named off tonight, they were the beginning of blues, jazz, and rock and roll. So that's going to sum it up for me tonight on Black History of Musicians and the Chitlin Circuit. I hope each and every one of y'all have enjoyed it. I'm not out here for long because I'm cooking and trying to get my food together for the weekend because I don't intend to be in the kitchen very long. So I'm cooking up a whole bunch of stuff and then I'll have food for next week. Y'all have a great night. I've enjoyed y'all coming into the chat. Thank you very much. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see y'all on tomorrow with more Black History. Y'all have a great night. Love you much. Thanks for coming in and listening. You're welcome to Gisty. Talk to you later. Good night.